It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this all-important PANDEF meeting. I also want to welcome you especially to Bayelsa State, the land where only good people abound. I quote His Excellency, said any good person that comes to Bayelsa automatically becomes a Bayelsan. And I know you are all good people, so you are all Bayelsans. Consider yourself a Bayelsan. Some of you arrived here yesterday, and I am sure you are satisfied with the accommodation arrangement that was made for you. We thank God for Johnny Mercy. Those of you who arrived today, you will be well taken care of. Today's meeting is a special one. First, it is holding in Bayelsa, which we consider the beginning and perhaps the end of the good things that happen in this country, because oil was found here first. And if you look at our location, we are such a location that carries the rest of the country. If you look at the map. So nobody should play with Bayelsa. PANDEF has come of age. I'd like to especially give thanks to our leaders, Dr. Chifike Clark, His Majesty Alfred Dedespiff, former military governor Yenagoa, Senator Bassi, and the rest of them who have fought tirelessly to ensure that the South come together. Before now, we had splinter voices. Everybody was speaking from his own corner. And it was like there was no true leadership in the South. But you see, our leader is 90. And they say if you follow a man who is 90, you will not lack wisdom. So with his wisdom, he gathered everybody together and said, look, there's nothing like a Chakiri, Urobo, Akwa Ibom, cross the river, and all that. We are all Niger Delta people. Let us work together and demand and wrestle this our common enemy, the rest of the nation, who have continued to oppress us, who have continued to take our collective wealth and give us pittance. Let us do it in such a coordinated manner that the rest of the country will listen to us. Years back, we started the resource control fight. And in resource control, we have true federalism, we have restructuring. We were looked upon as selfish, greedy people. But thank God, today, the whole country is now shouting restructuring. Which means, once again, the South people know what is best for this country. And if we must continue in that vein, it means our unity must be solidified. Nobody should divide us, no group, no NGO, no other personalities apart from the leadership you have seen here that can organize and lead PANDEF. Therefore, it's very important for us to continue to work together. And as we work together, the federal government will respect us, other states, other zones will respect us. You will agree with us that since after 1st November 2016, when the 16-point agenda was presented to the federal government by PANDEF, the respect and recognition for the South-South has grown tremendously. And everybody is now reckoning with us. They know that we are not just asking for carrots, we are not just asking for biscuits, but we are asking for what is due us in the most responsible and peaceful way. When PANDEF came about, the first achievement was peace in the Niger Delta. Without PANDEF, peace would have been difficult. It is only PANDEF that can talk to their children. It is only PANDEF that can call our children to order. And it is only PANDEF that our children can also relate with and take advice. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome. After this meeting, please find time to go around Bayelsa State. There are going to be some other programs after today. The details will be given to you, and most of you will be expected to stay behind to attend them. Once again, welcome to Bayelsa State.
My son, the executive governor of Bayelsa State, this all has been. I've always come to this place, but the change in this hall is a picture of what is going on in Bayelsa State. So on behalf of the Council of the State, thank you very much, Governor. You know, one of my weaknesses in life is that I always speak the truth. If you are not doing well, I will say it. And nobody will stop you. That's why I have this slogan I've always repeated. When you are 70 and above, you are here to catch your lunch, waiting for your boarding pass. There's nothing to prevent you from saying what is wrong and what is right. Nothing to prevent you from speaking the truth. Fight against injustice, oppression, and marginalization of your people. To Your Excellency, I am very grateful for the atmosphere which is very conducive for this meeting today. So we thank you. And before I go on, I would like to make a request. PANDEF has been a body organized not many years ago, if not last year. So, bring peace to the Niger Delta without compromising our position to anybody. Our youth have been fighting for their right, and nobody has the right to stop them from speaking. But we were something what they are doing. But if we were not there, we would not be here today. So, today's meeting, we must congratulate this boy for knowing what to do to protect their own people. We'll soon go away, but what will happen today? That is why they are trying to take the driving seat to war. Mr. President, Mr. Governor, we are moving from place to place. Like Fulani herdsmen, but not because we have no secretariat, we have nowhere to stay. No address. So one of our members graciously donated to us an office accommodation in Yenagoa here. In the person of Professor Turner Iso. He has donated to us what he has paid for his own business, for his NGO. Free of charge. Please show your appreciation by clapping your hands. So I think from your my request. The office is there. We are physically strong, but financially weak. If you would permit us to begin a humble request to maintain this office for us. We provide you staff. You can give us the resources to run the office so that PANDEF will now have a destination instead of wandering from place to place like captain. So that's the request I would like to make. Number 3, you have always been in the forefront. And I want to say that Bayelsa State is very well positioned to be the headquarters of PANDEF. And with your presence and support, PANDEF will grow from strength to strength. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. We have had series of meetings, but we have been looking forward to having a meeting in Bayelsa State. And they have come to say, I know many of you have traveled all the way from very places to attend the meeting at your own expense, at your own inconvenience. Thank you, and God bless you all. Naturally, I would have liked to talk much, but in this present day of Nigeria, we want to speak the truth, which is the right thing, and let people see what you have said. Don't be misrepresented by any press. So if you won't mind, please, I hope you are there. Yes, sir. I have an address, not a long one this time. Please, kindly read the address on my behalf. Number 2, Senator Baglienko, I would also like to read the communique that was produced at the Lagos meeting of the Southern Nigeria leaders. The Southeast was led by Commodore Ikuwe, Chief of General Staff in Babangida government. The Southwest by Ayo Adebayo, and the South by Chief A.K. Hospital. They had a wonderful meeting of the 17 states in southern Nigeria. So you read that communique to us, who will deliberate on it. Please, carry on. Thank you.
I wish to express our very sincere gratitude to our host,
the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency Honorable Henry Seriake Dickson. We're indeed very grateful to you, Your Excellency. We have been looking forward to this day when PANDEF will come to Bayelsa State. Today we are here again to appraise our activities thus far and to discuss the lingering issues in our dear country, Nigeria, especially as no one is sure where Nigeria is going as a country. As we hear words that should not be spoken by anybody who believes that he or she is a member of a country, which tenets of national unity and cohesion should be incomparably above sectional and personal interests. Let me place on record that PANDEF will continue to be grateful to the President, Muhammadu Buhari, and the Acting President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, for his visits to the Niger Delta region. On a fact-finding mission, let me however say categorically that the impression being given after this visit is not the true position of things. The relative peace experienced now is as a result of the efforts of PANDEF and our youths who listen to us and cease fire, thus leading to the increase in oil production which we are having today. Hence, I issue a note of warning to the federal and state governments and to the oil companies that the patience on the part of the youths of the Niger Delta is running out. We will not like a situation where they will regard us as betrayers. Let the federal government immediately visit our 16-point agenda. This one issue we have to address here today to make our position clear. The issue of restructuring has taken the front burner in our nation today, and its definition has been deliberately and otherwise distorted and misconstrued. The simple definition of restructuring is to return to the Constitution of 1963 with little modifications here and there. I am glad to inform you that we are not alone in this issue of restructuring. Meetings have been held between the South-South and other regions on 3 occasions. The last one was hosted by us in Lagos at the residence of Chief A.K. Hospo. Among those who attended were Ibitu Ukiwe, General Ike Mwachuku, Chief Ayo Adebanjo, and Professor Banji Akintoye. Obom Victor Atta, Professor Gigi Dara, Ambassador Goddos Egali, amongst others. This coming Saturday, 15 July 2017, the Southern region as a body will be meeting with the Middle Belt. 36 delegates from the South and 24 delegates from the Middle Belt. Nomination of delegates will be done at the end of this meeting. I repeat again that these various regional meetings believe that the implementation of the 2014 Confab report, which contains enough materials, because the Constitution of 1960 and 63 were considered and fully integrated in it, will address the agitating issues. Gains recorded thus far by PANDEF. At this point, I repeat again from some of the successes we have recorded, despite our frustrations. It will be recalled that in the course of the visits of the acting president to the Niger Delta, the federal government made some commitments, namely that oil companies should relocate to their operational base, which the National Assembly seems to be opposing now, and it is an issue we must revisit in this meeting. Setting up of modular refineries in the area to legitimately engage in illegal refiners. The federal government is here to state its policy on this. State its policy on this policy. How it should take off, work, benefit our people, particularly the youths, whose illegal refineries, the modular refineries, are meant to replace. Under the comprehensive work plan for the development of the region, the federal government has kick-started the process for the smooth takeoff of the National Maritime University of Yenagoa. In fact, the law has been passed by the National Assembly, and the university will start in the next academic session, which will commence September 2017. Overhauling of the presidential amnesty program. The federal government's intention to overhaul the whole amnesty program, which has increased its lifetime, resulting in the amnesty students, home and abroad, performing well in their examinations, passing with very good grades, including first-class honors. Pipeline surveillance contract for the oil-producing communities and indigenes, especially to the youths of the region. Construction of access roads, passing through the escravos to the National Maritime University community. Oil-producing communities to be made the hub of the petrochemical industry, and the power sector to create employment opportunities for the youths in the area. The over-militarization of the region and its attendant increasing tension, which has reduced drastically. Another issue which I wish to address here is the actions of Nnamdi Kanu and his indigenous peoples of Biafra group, and the recent threat by some Arewa youths asking the Igbos to leave the north by 1st October 2017. PANDEF condemns the Biafra sit-at-home call and the consistent demand by the Biafra agitators in clear terms. In our last press statement signed by His Excellency Obong Victor Atta, former governor of Akwa Ibom State and co-chairman of the Central Working Committee of PANDEF, which was widely reported in the media, we had advised the federal government to engage the Biafra agitators in dialogue in order to bring the agitation to an end. We therefore consider the quick notice by the Arewa youths as tragic and more treasonable than the offense allegedly committed by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, for which he was incarcerated for about a year. Not only is this statement a potent threat to the corporate unity of the country, as we have said earlier, but appears the most unpatriotic and dangerous statement ever made by any group to the unity and corporate existence of Nigeria since the end of the Civil War, especially when viewed against the backdrop of the active collaboration of some eminent personalities, including Professor Ango Abdullahi and his likes. 2, we maintain that this action strikes at the very roots of the corporate existence of our beloved country, which is guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. PANDEF notes with disappointment the arrogantly provocative assertions by Professor Ango Abdullahi to the effect that resources of the North were used to prospect and develop crude oil in the Niger Delta, and that the southern part of the country depended on the revenue generated from granite from the North for economic survival in pre-independence era. This is most misleading and an attempt to incite the ignorantly gullible northern youths to cause disaffection and tension in the country. In any case, Professor Gigi Dara has adequately answered Professor Ango Abdullahi, his co-professor. On a strong note, PANDEF insists that this call by Arewa youths must be nipped in the bud, and timely too. And the federal government should, as in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, arrest, detain, and prosecute these youths and their sponsors for treasonable felony with immediate effect, no matter how highly placed as there must be no sacred cows. Every law-abiding Nigerian must be free to stay in any part of the country without any form of molestation and discrimination. And we must be each other's brother's keeper in a Nigeria where no one is superior to the other, and where no one threatens to drive any other group of Nigerians away from any part of the country. 4, we have to restate here that the South-South, which comprises the 6 Niger Delta states of Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, and River states, do not form part of the said Biafra, as irresponsibly claimed by some Biafra agitators. We take the view that this regrettably dangerous posture by the Northern youths and their sponsors is unwittingly lending profound support to the demands of the Biafran agitators, which is totally unacceptable to any patriotic Nigerian and a flagrant violation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 5, while the dust generated by the Northern youths is yet to settle, we stand by our patriotic position that the quit note issued to the Igbos is evil and criminal and must be seen by all well-meaning Nigerians as such. We will be moving into a state of anarchy and disintegration if the unfortunate and misguided statement by the Arewa youths and their supporters is not withdrawn, and the relevant organs and agencies of government do not take action by apprehending and prosecuting the perpetrators of this act. The South-South, and indeed the Niger Delta of Nigeria, is made up of the Igbo-speaking ethnic nationality, which are intertwined by socio-cultural and economic relationships. The quit notice will have a spiral effect on other groups in the Niger Delta and capable of igniting social tension and upheaval. It is on record that during the 2014 National Conference, some prominent Northern delegates opposed the increase of derivation revenue formula from 13% to 25%. But the conference eventually recommended 18% derivation for oil-producing states. In the same vein, the issue of Boko Haram was so disturbing that there was the need to establish a special fund for development of the Northeast. And the National Conference recommended 5% of the Federation account for the development of the Northeast as an imperative for rebuilding the area ravaged by Boko Haram insurgency. Tailored after the European Economic Program, popularly referred to as the Marshall Plan, which was introduced by the United States to help rebuild the devastated European communities, particularly Germany, immediately after the Second World War. The 5% for the Northeast and was, however, rejected by some prominent Northern delegates because Kano and Kaduna were not included in the list of benefiting states. The issue of Bakassi people is another one which the federal government must immediately address. The people of Bakassi have today become what I would like to call endangered species. The federal government should, as a matter of urgency, set up a special presidential commission on Bakassi to cater for the needs of the people. I held a press conference on that yesterday, and it was widely publicized by the media. As we have said in our previous presentations, and as contained in PANDEF 16-point agenda, we urge the federal government to urgently set up the dialogue team to open dialogue with PANDEF towards resolving the development challenges in the Niger Delta region, as contained in the 16-point agenda, before it becomes unmanageable, so as to ensure the sustainable peace in the region, where crude oil production has risen to 2.2 million barrels per day, generating income bracket of $110 million, calculated at $50 per barrel, amounting to 34 billion 650 million at 315 naira per dollar, as against the downward slide of crude oil production to about 900,000 barrels per day during the height of militant attacks on oil assets in the region. I hope we should clap for our daddy's mathematics. PANDEF is equally convinced that the solution to the challenges that agitate us today are contained in the over 600 recommendations of the 2014 National Conference. The wisdom of implementing the recommendations of that conference cannot be overemphasized. In ending this speech, I wish to use this medium to call on some youths who are acting in the name of PANDEF Youth Wing to desist from their nefarious actions. I wish to notify the public that PANDEF does not have a youth wing yet. Once again, I thank His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, for hosting this meeting. I also like to thank Professor Turner Timipre, his son, for donating his building to PANDEF for some time to be used as secretariat. I will plead with His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, and his colleagues in other South states to please maintain the secretariat as it is done in other regions. I will also appeal to the Constitution Drafting Committee to expedite action. I thank you for your full participation during my 90th birthday celebration. Once again, I wish you all and us fruitful deliberation. May God bless us all.
If what we have in this region today were being generated by any other region, there could have been no Nigeria today. They could have said they were taken away. But we have allowed all that to enjoy what God has given to us. But we will ever reject the idea that someone will come from somewhere else to hand over to me what belongs to me. We will resist. I repeat, time is running out. The federal government to set up a committee to dialogue with us. Visit of Mr. President or Mr. Acting President is no substitute for that. We know where the youth pitches us. So once again, Mr. Governor, my good son, the meeting is declared for deliberation. Thank you, and God bless you.
Walking into this hall and seeing this very distinguished array of leaders of our people, leaders of all nationalities here, leaders of the Ijaw nation, leaders of all other ethnic nationalities here, who have been doing a great job organizing and projecting and protecting and defending our collective rights and interests. Delighted because it has also afforded me an opportunity to see a number of friends and colleagues that, due to challenges of the present office, have not been able to see. So I want to thank you all, not just for the wonderful work that you have all been doing, using this platform as a preeminent platform to propagate and defend our collective interests in our country. I want to thank you today that you are doing so, you are holding this meeting in Bayelsa State. Let me say how delighted and honored we are that the PANDEF National Secretariat is located rightly in Bayelsa State. Our leader and our leaders, we thank you for that recognition and honor. And let me also thank our respected leader. And the good thing with leaders of my state, leaders of our Niger Delta, our region, is that our leaders keep serving. Even when they are in retirement, you call on them, they always come to continue to give service. And I'm not therefore surprised that another respected leader of our people, Professor T.T. Song, who recently, even in retirement, came out to accept to serve as chairman of our Education Trust Development Fund, Education Development Trust Fund of our state, has again volunteered in his office, as part of his office, as PANDEF Secretariat. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. A lot has been said by PANDEF since last year when this body was put together. And before I say one or two things, let me thank PANDEF and our leaders for the hard work that went into the restoration of peace and stability in our region last year and the year before. As a result of our collective effort, governors, other leaders, and PANDEF leading the way and undertaking the difficult negotiations and working also with other agencies, we've been able to establish peace and tranquility in the Niger Delta region. So I congratulate PANDEF, I congratulate all the people of our region. And in that respect, while talking about stability and security and stability, I would like to also say that all of us in this region should be more committed to show greater commitment to the maintenance of law and order, to the maintenance of security and stability in all our states, working with our governors, working with security institutions, working with community and opinion leaders. And for PANDEF, continue your good work of liaising with our youth, of liaising also with the federal agencies. Because peace is one of the most important requirements we need for our development. One of the areas our development is suffering from in our region is the area of stability and security. Businesses are leaving our region. People who do not want development in the Niger Delta readily cite insecurity as a reason for taking away businesses from our states and from our region. And I have also made the case over and over again, even to embassies, who are comfortable drilling oils in far-flung areas in our creeks, but are too happy to sit down in the cozy comfort of their embassy halls to brand our states and our region as places that are not good enough for investors to go to. But we on our own, governors, all leaders, political leaders, even if we are in different political parties, let us all get it clear that if we don't work together in our various states to promote stability and security and address this long perceived notion of insecurity and crisis, our region will continue to bleed economically. And without the economy coming up, investments will not flow in. And there are parts of this country that are very happy, too happy, to promote crisis in our region, to spread propaganda about insecurity in our region as a deliberate strategy of weakening this region economically. So I want to use this opportunity to charge our leaders, and indeed all our people, political leaders, traditional and opinion and community leaders, all of us, to continue to work for a stable and prosperous Niger Delta. Because in the end, whether we are able to bring prosperity and development to our people depends largely on the presence of security and stability. I want to also use this opportunity to call on the federal government, as I've always done, at formal and informal interactions. We've never ceased to make the point that militarization of our region, militarization of any community within any state in our region is not a solution. And in this Niger Delta, the battles to be fought are not ones that tanks and guns and soldiers should be deployed. The battles all of us should unite to confront and defeat in the Niger Delta are the issues of environmental terrorism, as I've always called it, the issues of gross neglect and underdevelopment, and economic inclusion, lack of economic inclusion. These are the issues facing us. And so I want to use this opportunity again to remind the federal government, as I've done over and over again, to make the work of the Niger Delta leaders easier. PANDEF, the governors and other leaders have worked over the years to enthrone a relative atmosphere of stability. Take advantage of this period to intensify negotiations and with other leaders so that we can all jointly work to address these issues. There is nothing I will say more than these remarks. The reason is that PANDEF has over the years, and listening also to our leaders' address here, the address has covered everything else. And as appellate judges normally say when they have nothing to add, appellate judges will listen to judgment earlier delivered, the lead judgment, and say, I have nothing useful to add. I align myself with the views established, you and the issues raised, and say that we have nothing more to add other than to call on PANDEF to continue the positive mobilization of our people for restructuring, for a stable Nigeria, for a Nigeria of equal citizenship, a Nigeria that will respect the true essence of our federal character, a Nigeria that will go back to the federal principles of its founding, a Nigeria that will respect our request for resource control as an integral aspect of restructuring that this country deserves. Once again, I thank our leader and all the leaders of PANDEF and all of you for the work you have been doing, and most importantly, for finding time to come. And let me, because I've just been made to coordinate the South-South governors, let me also bring to you all the desire of all our governors to encourage and work with this body. I believe we'll be having our first meeting by August, and thereafter we'll work to have a formal interaction with our leaders. I assure you also, because I've been interacting with a number of you and you've raised issues about the need for the Braced Commission to come up alive and strongly too. Let me assure you all that one of the main issues we will deliberate as we meet in Port Harcourt on the 28th, God willing, will be issues as to how we can bring up a strong, united, regional strategy of economic integration and cooperation. And we look forward to partnering with PANDEF on the economic as well as on the political front. I thank you for all that you have been doing, and may God grant you all joining mercies back, and please be part of all the activities that are lined up in Bayelsa from now till Friday. Those of you who can wait, please wait and be part of all our activities. Here we say Bayelsa is home to all good people. And Bayelsa is at the center of the Niger Delta, the center, geographically and otherwise. So feel free, look at everything going on in Bayelsa, enjoy the stability and the development and the atmosphere of fraternity that we brought about in this state. I thank you all for coming, and God continue to bless the Niger Delta people. God bless you all. Thank you.